though. Yes.
I'm gonna make some addiction rolls.
Adjusting so the headset's on my head.
You know,
Well, that might help.
that's why they call them
Analog
headsets.
testing. Still had the tunnel sound?
No, it's better.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
No, it's almost like your mic works better when it's actually on your.
My mic worked great at my last apartment, 15 feet away from me.
That sounds like somebody had the setting wrong then.
Are you kidding me? I was working outdoor runs.
So I just got informed as the Skype call started that no one else is going to go get my grandmother's medicine in an hour, so I have to go do it.
No, that's fine. You do you, bro.
4-ish.
That's 5 out of
Sorry
5.
about
That's
that.
a good reason to be late for game.
Yeah.
Just watch out for the wolves in the forest by the
Yeah.
by the river. Because that sounds
Scrutinize
like
so closely when you arrive.
because that sounds like the kind of shit you're getting involved in. Oh, I have to go get my grandmother's medicine. I hope there's no fairy tale creatures ready to eat me.
So, Gecko Grips. How much do Gecko Grips? Oh. Body. 9. Alright. So, I would like to acquire a, as technology crawler.
Sure.
I believe they're, like, availability 4.
Grats.
Can I just
Go down
buy
to the
that?
local as technology, as techery, and
Yep. Now I want to do some terrible things to it.
Does S Technology run a taco chain called the Az Taqueria?
I believe it's as Taco Bell.
As Taco Bell.
It is as Taco Bell, I do believe. They also have 2 a.m. burritos, which is a thing.
Which is
2
the best
a.m.
burrito place, obviously.
I mean, it's apparently the only one open at 2 a.m., which is points.
Yeah, but it's 2 a.m. Do you really want tacos, or do you want to just run the risk to ruin the rest of your night?
Well, if you're up at 2 a.m. and you're hungry, you might as well get the shits.
If you're up at 2 a.m., you're probably incredibly drunk. And nothing feels better than to eat at 2 a.m. in the morning when you're drunk than burritos. Like, it's a scientific fact.
Mm-hmm.
If you're me at 2 a.m., you're at work.
That's
That
also
sucks.
true.
Well,
Yeah,
if we're
well,
you at
that-
2 a.m.,
that-
something has probably gone wrong with us.
That's actually
So-
true for me as well, because I've been working so many night shifts lately.
So I have a question for you, Rob. They don't say when they say customization, pure cosmetic differences, including flashing LED light, snazzy paint, or a chrome trim.
I'm scared of where this is going.
For drones, they say the cost is 10 to 10,000 new yen. How much would it cost to give this thing a badass shitonist plate that has different LED lights in it?
Oh. Pay what
Yeah.
you feel is a legitimate amount, and then you will have that amount of, like, if you want to get your as technology crawler and throw 10,000 new yen worth of LEDs on it,
You power to me.
go ahead. Far be
That's
it
what I
from me to
figured.
stop that terrible decision.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted
If
to
you
make
put
sure.
that many LEDs on it, it also has to have a speaker specifically dedicated to playing Sandstorm.
Yes.
Oh, actually that's a good point. It does need to be able to sing.
Why would you pimp out a small drone like that?
Because has nothing to do with the actual functionality of the drone. This thing is
Obviously.
this thing is going to be his pet. All right, so we're gonna buy gecko grips for it, and that costs. I realize that Stardust's appearance, while incredibly ridiculous and garish, has kind of like plateaued, because like I gave my increasing description of all of his wear, and someone's like, "Oh, he hasn't really changed that much since last time I saw him," and I was like, "That needs to change."
You need to get robo arms.
Oh, I've already got robo arms. That's coming next. This is the cheap thing I can do to make him even more flamboyant. Suspension, tire mods. What is it censoring?
I am disappointed that there is no electrochromatic. No, there's the fiber optic here. Okay. I was about to be really upset.
What? Oh, I have fiber optic hair.
Okay. I didn't see it because I was looking at the wrong spot, and then I was like, wait a second.
I think the sheet you have is one run out of date.
Nah, it's on there. As long as you didn't die on that run, it's fine.
Yep, he did not die on that run.
Not yet.
That was how much does it cost to upgrade your damn sensor rating?
Oh. Somebody else have anything they want to do?
Well, since I found out that background counts don't nuke your preparations, I'll probably make that increase reflexes for myself just in case I need it. So, command trigger and force 4, so... math.
Upgraded
Okay.
sensors. The cost is
So that's fading of 6. And the dice. Alright, magic alchemy plus force, and then I need you to roll an
46.
opposing 4 dice for this.
Yep. I can't wait to just wreck you by getting 4 6s. Or 1 6, that's basically the same thing.
Alright, so potency 2, it'll last for the next 4 hours after I leave for the meet. And this is the part where I start hurting.
And of course it needs to have a drone personality, but it is nonverbal. I don't want my fucking thing to talk, I want it to act like a cute pet.
It's a Tamagotchi.
Yeah, pretty much. The new Ghost in the Shell series is actually pretty awesome.
In other
Those were
news, pain and suffering.
Tamagotchis. They had a different name for them.
Tachikomas?
Tachikoma, that was it.
Yeah, enjoy your 4 boxes of stun. Have a nice day. Alright, so if... yeah, hashtag 6 word problems. Alright, so I'm gonna run and grab a drink and go to the potty now that everybody's here and all the preliminary stuff is done. I'm gonna throw out a quick tweet to the run being streamed, and then we will get this shindig on the road.
Alright.
Okay.
Sounds good. Wow, you're coming into the meet with 4 points of stun. That's like my levels of hardcore.
Something like that, right?
But if I get ambushed outside of the meet, then I won't have any problems actually acting.
No, this isn't one of my jobs. The odds of you getting ambushed at the meet are at like medium.
Oh my god, I want the fucking Gladius car.
Oh, it's so sexy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Though, honestly, and I know how this is going to sound incredibly lame, but for the price to performance ratio, I just as well take the what do you call it? The dynamite, I think. It's like this.
Dynamic.
This. Yeah, it's like a.
Old model.
Dynamite.
Well, also that thing was bad. I remember when that thing was the badass super fast car. Right, so to me,
Yeah.
it still is the badass super fast car. Like,
Yeah.
I'm an old fucking, like, I don't know. I remember when the Eurowind West car was like the shit. I mean, it still is. Westwind is pretty sexy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Tara, it's
Or I should
wonderful to
just
have you
buy a
back.
fucking. Yeah, it's wonderful to be back. I think I had my last hub game in June last year.
Oh wow.
June or July, something like that.
Who do you play?
Real life is a bitch.
Yeah,
You played Terra?
yeah.
Okay, I think I remember you from before.
From the long, long ago.
Yeah, from like a year ago.
In the long, long ago. I miss Chaucer. That was one of the GMs that has been lost to the mists of time.
To the bullshittiness of real life.
And certain other things that I won't get into.
Yeah.
Let's just
Salad
say,
left
don't use the D word. The D word in this case is dragon.
Right. Oh yeah.
Ah, oh, yeah.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
that goes without saying.
Yes.
I mean, well, there are dragons in the Sixth World. They should show up eventually. I mean, you can't. When I see the art,
Don't give Rob any ideas, goddammit.
there's dragons flying over the frickin' city. There are dragons there, but if you're bringing in a dragon, you'd better have a good goddamn reason for said dragon.
Yeah.
I think I was on the run that Chaucer got in trouble for.
Maybe.
Actually,
Is everybody back?
I think
Yep.
so.
Still here.
think we're on Red Riding Hood, or are we going on without him?
We will sadly be going on without him, and thank you for saying Red Riding Hood, because I will now apply to
I
him a
said-
flare.
I did not say. I said I was leaving in an hour.
Oh, you're leaving in an hour. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant.
I will be-
you had to. That you would be back in an hour. I was confused.
No, I will
Oh.
be leaving in an hour. Ah.
No, I have a mission I need to complete.
There you go. Free flare. I think. What is my flare right now? It's not still Steam release valve. It was that for fucking ever. Oh, it's the Muppeteer.
All right.
That's
hold on.
right.
Let me just do a quick Googling. And my phone is apparently exploding. Because apparently I'm being retweeted. Hooray, Twitter. Alright.
You're trending.
I don't
Hey,
think
new
it's
runs.
I think it's actually trending, but anyway.
Hey, new runs up this week.
Yep. Alright, here we go.
Rogue and Cold
Let's
Steel.
begin.
Trying to do a stupid intro thing, and then he starts talking right as I hit the record button, so I gotta stop. It's like, god damn it.
Oh, are you streaming this? Oh, right,
Yes.
you're the streaming guy.
I am the advertised like a shameless horror guy.
Mm-hmm.
So thus,
You're our
But the question is-
PR rep.
The question is, are you a shameless whore?
sometimes you have to talk to me later for pricing.
We've already established what you are. Now all we're doing is negotiating.
Alright. Hello and welcome to the runnerhub game, the Gilded Cage. I have grabbed a couple of runners and we're going to go do a nice high threat run in a place that hopefully won't end up with me killing them. But instead,
We're doomed.
yeah, Doom is a great and wonderful thing that is often underappreciated. But that is unfortunate. So you guys have not so much as gotten a meet time and such, you have gotten dinner reservation invitations to the Gray Line, which is in downtown Seattle. The reservations are for 5:30 sharp. So we're going to start from I guess we'll start from left to right to see how you're getting there, what time you want to get there, all of that wonderful shenanigans that we usually go through. Terry, you're on the left.
Oh yeah, I am. I didn't have it up too well.
Your rigger has a terrible sense of directions. I apologize.
Yeah, so since it's downtown, I'm gonna put on my nice people clothes and I'm gonna drive my not driving probable cause car. And that's my Hyundai Xinjiang.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna show up at 5.
Sure. So you'll be there about a half hour early. Are you going inside or are you chilling around the outside?
I'm gonna chill out, chill around the outside, grab a smoke, head in about 10 minutes before the meet time.
Sure. Stardust.
Hey, I just sent you something in Skype. Could you drop that on the map layer here?
Oh my god.
Sorry, I'm so terrible.
You are. There you go. That's all you get.
That's all. Eh.
What is this, a bar for ants?
What is this anyway?
It's my deck module, but he made it too small for me to use.
Look, you just wanted to drop on the table. You didn't say anything about doing actual work.
Oh god.
It has like 2 pixels.
The resolution is terrible. What?
I'm just working with what you gave me. All right.
Are you dragging and dropping it
Cyber
from the
deck
token?
for pixies?
Are you dragging and dropping it from Skype,
Yes.
the window in Skype? You have to do it from where it put it in the folder.
Oh my god.
You're dragging
You
the
just use
thumbnail.
the thumbnail.
You just used the thumbnail.
All right. Anyway, how are you getting there while I figure out how to use a computer?
Okay. So, how much time did I have before the meet?
A couple of hours.
Hours. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call up my fixer and see if for once he knows the street names of the other runners that got on this job.
Sure. Roll some dice. Let's see how he does.
Okay. That would make me so happy.
So this is like your job.
So
And
me just
yet,
think-
here we are.
let me take a quick look. So he heard that a out-of-towner that hasn't been around in a while has come back and is supposedly going to be on this job. That's about all he knows. There, you happy? I'm going to do you one better, and I'm going to put it on the map layer so that you don't have to worry about it being written over. You can just erase everything. And either Skype his shit to bed, or nobody wants to talk to me anymore.
Oh, I'm muted.
No.
I muted you. You scared me with that thing on the app about mic discipline, so I've been obsessively muting myself.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yep.
If you could do me one better and disable the grid, that'd be
Oh
fantastic.
my god.
I know. I'm terrible. You just go up to the top
This
and then
is
click
so
the
much
gear on the
work.
map.
What
Thank
do you
you.
want from me?
Everything. He wants everything.
I
Alright.
see that now. So,
So now that is out of the way, for all the GMs watching in the stream, I probably will make you do this. Please still pick me.
Please still.
I'm going to
so-
tell you right now, I don't care about your deck setup unless we roll initiative.
It's for me.
Okay,
It's for
that's
me.
fine.
It's-
I don't care.
All right. So, what was I saying? So they give me like a comm call to confirm my reservation, right?
It's one of those things where you know, have you ever bought like movie tickets online and getting that email?
Yes.
It's basically that email.
Okay. Now, so these messages, they've got a comm code attached to them where they came from. Is that email a host or a link somewhere?
It is from the Gray Line itself.
From the Great Line itself.
Yes.
Okay. Matrix perception on it. What's its array?
Oh, why do you do this to me?
Because he has to play the dicking minigame.
Because it's a high threat run.
Also that.
I approve.
Unpucker the butthole. Jesus. All right, hold on. So it is a private business, so it is probably a rating 4 hosts. Let's go with a firewall of 7.
Okay.
And then you can make sense of it from there down.
Yeah, I'm guessing they've got it optimized the way I would optimize it.
No.
So, what I'm going to do then is, obviously the dumbest thing I could possibly do and hack it on the fly for my boat.
Okay.
Yay!
It's at this point that you are converged on, and since you're in a boat, you are avenging angeled out in the middle of the water.
Oh, of course I am.
Avenging Angel?
You don't want to know.
It's a fuck you, Decker. Is basically what it is.
It's basically a predator drone that drops a fuel to air bomb.
Well.
I
That
know
sucks.
what I want.
No.
No, you don't want one.
No, Tara.
So we're gonna switch to running silent, enter it, and perform a matrix search. I'm looking for where the rest of those reservations were sent for my table.
Okay. You will be able to. Well, roll it out. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. So matrix search, threshold 1 minute.
Swear to God, if I get to converge on you, you send that to GM.
It
Okay.
takes
Yep.
one
You
combat
have
turn.
some information. You have a. As you look at it, you will notice that there is only one reservation for that time, and there are a couple of comm codes, a grand total of 4(5) of them.
Okay. So I'm gonna take those comm codes and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, looky that. Is one of them mine?
Yes, that is the (5).
Ah,
So I will disconnect from the host, reboot my deck, and then call up the rest of my team, introducing myself.
So the rest of you, seemingly at random, a couple of hours before the meet, your phone rings.
I
I
assume it's.
answer it. And I ask,
I assume the Johnson
Is
put up a burner comlink.
Whatever phone you are usually contacted for like that your fixer would have is like, hey, this is the phone I'm going to give you jobs on.
Yeah, okay.
that phone
is this
starts
a
ringing.
group call or
The
one
bat
at a
phone.
time?
Yes, the bat
it's a
phone
message.
begins to ring.
It's a message,
Okay.
and it just says, "Hey, my name is Stardust. I'm the Matrix support for the job you were on.
He's
See you at the
showboating.
meet." You want to set up the DNI now?
You see
I
one of
send
the
back
comm
the
links turn off.
obligatory, how did you get this number?
I'm the Matrix support. Is all he'll say. Like that explains it.
I mean, it makes perfect sense to me. So yeah, somebody had a real life phone ringing, which is perfectly timed, of course.
And
Yep.
then it's my voice on the other end. That's when it really gets meta.
Yo,
I
if
am
the next
the Matrix support.
if the next sound we hear is a, we know somebody just got black bagged.
I want to go buy a gun.
All right, well, it was nice knowing him. I'm gonna have to cancel this run now because this is scary.
I'm fine.
I know. I was just taking it to the absurd conclusion. Yeah, but no, but you guys all got phone calls. Who is answering?
I pick up the mysterious message.
Yeah, it says Terror.
Yeah, his reply from Crow is going to be, give me a moment. I re-imaged this work comlink before run.
Sounds good. See you at the meet.
And then he'll get a reply back in about 5 minutes and say, all right, ready for the DNI.
And Stardust will engage the DNI with anyone who brings it up. Hey, could I get a ride to the meet?
Hagane will it. Sure, where are you?
Pick me up here. And he'll give an address for a stuffer shack not far from the Tacoma docks. Or from the downtown docks.
Friggin' backtracking all over the place. Right.
Right.
Alright.
Frank Bogart will get the first section of that call, and without replying, will turn off his comm link and pull the battery out.
Good.
Little
I
note.
love it. All right, so we got a couple of people on DNI, a couple of people saying nope. So anyway, Stardust, you're apparently going with who was picking you up?
That would be me, Hagane.
Okay. So let's. What time are the two of you intending to get to the restaurant? What are you wearing? And you look like a wonderful dating couple when you come out of the door, I'm sure.
I'm wearing my ace of coins with the forearm guards on under the long sleeves.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pick him up about 45 minutes before the meet and try to get there about half an hour early.
Sure. Mr. Frank.
Frank
Well,
Bogart. will
I'm
be
glad you
coming in
wasted
from-
that roll.
He'll be driving along the Evergreen Point Bridge. Quite nervous about the sudden phone call he just recently received. He'll be arriving roughly 20 minutes early. However, he will find a secluded, out-of-the-way spot near the restaurant to appear in. He will wait there until 1 minute prior to the actual meet time, and then make his entrance. He'll be wearing a Zoe suit. He'll be driving a Ford America Classic.
Best America,
Marker.
25 years.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said best America, 25 years. The Ford America. And then finally, Crow. How are you getting there? What time are you going? What are you? What you wearing?
Crow's gonna be taking his Honda Artemis, and he's gonna be doing his usual gear, which is gonna be his Argentum coat.
Okay.
And Honda Artemis, he's gonna show up about 30 early, and he's going to just drive around a little bit, get a feel for the area, and count the exits and entrances to the restaurant before he actually enters.
Sure. Give me. You don't need a perception dice. So the thing that I personally love about the Gray Line is that it is a elegant restaurant that actually sits in the Puget Sound rather than alongside of it. During high tide, water comes up over the transparent walls and is actually submerses the lower dining area. So it's really got like the front door and like a side door. I mean, technically you could explode the glass and dive out into the Puget Sound itself, but that's probably not a
That's not what we like to call a good
That's a
plan.
terrible idea.
terrible, great, one or the other. But yeah, no, it is a very nice place. You will guys, since you're all hanging out outside for about 30 minutes or so beforehand, you will notice that nobody is going in or out of the restaurant.
Well, that's
That's
conspicuous.
suspicious.
Somebody made the common sense decision. But
Yep.
But if you guys have nothing you want to do for the 30 minutes, we'll just scan real quick until it comes up to just a few minutes before the meet itself.
That seems perfectly acceptable. Doop, doop.
Yep.
So I'll I'll stop circling like a vulture and actually park the car.
Yeah.
Sure.
So you'll notice that this short guy with the jacket has actually got two obvious cyber limbs, one arm and one leg. They don't look like the tricked out Street Sam cyber limbs. They look like medical replacements. This guy lost his limbs.
Yep. It's a shame when that happens. You should get
So
robo murder limbs. But if you guys, since we are in a movie montage moment of everybody being there early and everybody kind of walking up just about the same time, let's try from left to right again. Just a quick descriptions of characters, and then you'll meet the wonderful hostess that'll be sure to take you to your doom. Right. Miss Tara.
So Tara is a kind of tall elf, redhead, and her hair is not really well taken care of. But it's her pride and joy.
You just can't do a thing with it.
No.
Mr. Stardust is muted again.
Stardust appears to be human, though his ears are augmented, so it's a little hard to tell. He could possibly be an elf. He's wearing lots of kind of outdated clothes that kind of have that 2050s, 2060s chic to them. Lots of patches, chrome and spikes and buttons on it. With a leather armored jacket thrown over that. He's got an electronic bass guitar thrown over his back, a blue LED circuit pattern tattoo that spans over just about his entire body, with arcane sigils kind of running along the circuit pattern. That pattern does continue down his legs, which are obvious cyber limbs that bend backwards in the kid stealth fashion. He
Those
is
are the
wearing
legs you're wearing tonight?
They're not restricted, and if Hagane is going in with obvious limbs, I want to show solidarity with him.
Okay.
If you're ruling that I wouldn't be able to get in the
No,
restaurant with them,
I didn't say anything about that. We'll see.
okay. What else was I saying? He's got a data jack coming out of his temple, which connects back to the guitar on his back, and am I forgetting anything? Oh, he has a modified as technology crawler with a kind of chitinous pattern across it, crawling over him as he walks through.
How many dollars did you spend on the LEDs?
I spent 5,000 New Yen.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Worth it.
I can't wait until you get caught in a grenade explosion and then you have to roll soak for your little drone.
Oh, I'm gonna be sad.
Just tuck your little buddy into your armor.
Yep, that's where he's gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to train him to crawl inside of my armor when shit gets chaotic.
Well, we'll see. Mr. Bogart.
Oh god.
Mr. Bogart, well, let's not run around circles. He's been around the block more than a few times. He knows he's past his prime, and yet he knows he's still got something to offer to the group. As far as physical imagery, I am absolutely horrible at descriptions. So, he is a Caucasian male, roughly about 5'10". I do not understand the metric system, sadly. Does have a mustache, and his short cropped hair are both showing obvious signs of gray. In fact, you can't quite tell what his original color was. Will that suffice, GM?
It sounds quite distinguished.
Thank you, sir.
Crow.
Alright. And I don't remember if I said he's in his full Berwick suit with the Argentum coat, but if so, that was wrong. He's got the Globetrotter under it, not the Argentum. So he can do slightly more casual or upscale.
It's like a business casual.
Well, he has the coat buttoned up over it if he wants to keep the Globetrotter hidden, and then it just looks like he has a really nice coat that probably has a suit under it. So he's kind of walking, sort of hobbling almost. He's extremely thin, almost wasted away. A little more pale than his skin tone looks like it would normally support. He just heads on up with no apparent augmentations or weaponry because he keeps his holdout in a smuggling compartment in his torso.
And then finally, we got a bit of what Hagane looks like, but
So he's fairly short, about 1.5 meters tall. He has 2 obvious cyber limbs. He tries to cover it up with long sleeves and white gloves, but they're obviously made of shiny metal. He's currently dressed in an Ace of Coins suit, which it's a pretty nice suit. It's not the nicest suit. It looks like it's been through a little bit, but it's obviously well maintained. And one of his gloves is covered in what appear to be decorative markings, and unless anyone else is awakened, that's all that they are.
Magic's magic.
it's damn
Yep.
Figler Wigglers.
Yeah.
So as you guys come in, you will see that they have really played up the whole fact that half of the restaurant is in the sound itself. The top section, right where you guys are with the hostess stand, the young elven woman, who is very beautiful, is dressed in a lifeguard outfit, and she is standing behind a small podium that is set up like one of those lifeguard stands, just much smaller. And she'll look up as the motley crew of individuals come inside, and she'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we are closed for a private party this evening."
We have a reservation at...
That'd be us, love.
And she's like, "Oh." You'll notice that her eyes linger over Stardust longer than usual, and she's
What
like,
penalties am I at for etiquette to charm her, or at least put her at ease?
you could just roll and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Alright,
He
whatever.
gives that smile.
It's like, well, we are here for a private party. You must be the entertainment, of course. Sorry, I did not mean to think that you do not fit in here. Excellent. So if you will just follow me, and she will noticeably not grab menus and begin to bring you guys through the restaurant itself. As you look around, you will see that there are a couple of waiters that are doing side work and just kind of standing around not doing anything. The tables are all empty, chairs are pushed in and nicely set. You are going basically like from the lifeguard stand through like the upper part of a beach. Most of the tables are set up with the tops of them being like umbrellas, like sand beach shade umbrellas. You'll be taking down into the lower sections where you will see that there are a couple of servers down here milling about. They seem to be dressed like mermaids and mermen of typical fantasy, not of Sixth World horrors. And then in the corner booth, you'll see a man eating from a plate that has very little food on it and never looked like it had much food on it to begin with.
Mr. Johnson, I presume?
So as you speak, he will look you all over with a very appraising eye and kind of, as he speaks, his nose is pointed towards the ceiling. I believe that is what they use, yes. Have a seat.
How very gracious, Mr. Johnson. And Tara's gonna do a slight bow before she sits.
Oh,
Or a slight curtsy.
oh. Can I get an etiquette roll? I just really want to see how good Tara is at curtsying. Because I can't imagine her being actually very good at it.
No, she's not.
I think the last time I had you on my table, I grabbed your ass.
Yeah.
That was great. I loved that.
Context.
Context. What is that?
Tara was carrying a sleazy Johnson over her shoulder, and I asked for a tactile perception roll, and he totally grabbed her butt.
Yeah,
It was great.
What a hero.
Look,
What
one
is
hit.
the threshold on that?
So you are aware of what a curtsy is, and you don't horribly fail, which I really wanted you to.
To be fair, it wouldn't be out of character for her to actually do that.
No, and that's what makes it great. So as you guys take a seat, you are not handed menus, and he will very daintily eat the last little bit of whatever it was that was on his plate, and then very carefully blot his mouth. Yes, I suppose you shall suffice. Very well. I require you to bring me something. A rival, if one could use a word so dull, has been making quite the boastful statements recently. He has come into a ownership of a thing that, well, he just will be nonsense about. Sorry, my old cranky British person is terrible. I want you to get it for me, so that this way I do not have to listen to his drivel anymore. This is something you can do.
I'd like to think
Well-
so, yes.
I would imagine that would be something that would entirely depend on the price tag, wouldn't it?
Price, of course. What will it cost?
Ooh.
Well, of course, that will depend on the security level of whatever we are retrieving, as well as things like whether what we are trying to retrieve will attempt to run away from us.
I hear the pings of stuff. So, do you have any kind of high society related anything? Knowledge, skill, etiquette, that kind of stuff?
Was that the
Uh,
anyone or just him?
Mostly anyone, but more so to the speaker.
6
Okay.
ranks in etiquette, 1 rank in buzzwords,
I like your
And-
buzzwords.
1 rank in Seattle political scene, if that's at all relevant.
Go ahead and roll both the etiquette and the political scene. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
I have etiquette with a skill specialty in high society.
Yep, hit it.
Fashion, politics. Those are
Fashion
the only-
and politics will both also apply.
Oh Jesus!
got-
How many rolls do you want me to make?
I've got
I like rolling
etiquette.
things. Stardust, however, is rolling a bunch of stuff that doesn't help. I mean, if you're sexually attracted to the old man, that'd be great.
I got 4 dice in etiquette because superhuman psychosis.
It's such a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
I've
great.
got-
All right, so that's
Oh my-
8 hits on the etiquette and 6 hits on. I'm glad I pre-edged that. That turned out pretty well. I got 2 hits off that.
So, if you are not to be mistaken, this man is Reginald Archibald Theodus. And he is a very wealthy individual. You can assume, because you have a giant pile of 8 successes on your etiquette dice, that if he is speaking of a rival, while you may not know exactly the rival, because he's not gotten quite to that part yet, but you're looking at probably a AA zone for where this person lives. And he will of course notice as you guys get that AR glaze going on. It's like, yes, discuss amongst yourselves. And he'll hold up the plate without looking, and it'll disappear into the hands of a mermaid. And then a merman on the other side will hand him another plate that looks like it has about 3 ounces of food on it.
Yep, that's about right.
Yeah, I think we should shoot for 150. Aim for stars.
Are we talking about amongst
That's
us?
right, baby.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, to
Because
split.
I'm pretty. Yeah.
You guys can go ahead and actually
Just making
discuss
sure.
verbally. I will assume you're all in D&I talking about
Yeah.
things because it's a lot easier than.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm saying
150K
150.
Yeah.
split.
Yeah, no, we're not. That's not each. If it were, then
Yeah, that's prime run level.
No, that's
If it were 150K a piece, this would be way above my pay grade. Yeah.
All right, we're looking at the very least, a double A zone that we're going to be operating in, which means on top of that, we should probably shoot for some sort of expense account
Yeah.
to give us an operating fund to work with.
I don't
So,
think this
so
guy's
maybe
gonna be necessarily.
100K and like 50K operating security.
Yeah, I would just ask for 50% up front. Act like that's standard, and if he talks you down, he talks you down.
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
So we gonna opening bid at 150?
Yep.
Yeah, fucking shoot for stars.
That's
I
right,
can
baby.
support with my fucking street cred.
Eh.
All right.
So, coming back into actual verbal communication, as he is very daintily, with a finger extended, cutting at the mouthful of food on his plate. That is very nicely designed if you're into that kind of thing. What do you say?
Well, Mr. Johnson, what this is going to come down to is that you are expecting us to penetrate the security of someone who will have a security setup comparable to your own. And what that means is that we're going to need something to the tune of 150,000 new yen with half up front for operating costs.
Done.
Damn.
What I need...
We didn't shoot high enough.
What I need you to do is to bring me the songbird that he keeps going on about. He will not speak of what species it is. He has quite the menagerie at his estate. He does not shut up about it. You will have until the weekend. This is acceptable.
Out of character, what day is the run starting?
Let's go with Tuesday. I like Tuesday. I like to start them
Tuesday.
on the day that it is. That it actually is.
Makes sense.
Just to ensure
yeah.
that we have an understanding, that will be end of weekend or beginning of weekend. And how will you want us to deliver the goods?
Sunday evening, 6 p.m. sharp. I will have one of my men contact your men and arrange for a transfer of funds and the bird.
Alright.
Understood. And so if we have it before then, do you have a particular way you would like us to get in contact with you?
You should have the... Getting a little echo. Goes. And some mic chewing. The...
Alan, I think that's you.
There you go. We have our answer. My man will have the connections made to your man by the end of the evening. And should you perform admirably and have this completed before that, all the better.
Very good, Mr. Johnson. We will be in contact. It is a pleasure doing business with you.
And he will look away from you to his meal and begin to continue eating as though you do not exist.
Kara's gonna contemplate to do another curtsy, but she's gonna think better of it and just rise up and walk away. With a slight nod.
Over at DNI, I'll tell everyone that I have a place that we can meet for some actual food and a private room to plan in, and I'll send them all the address for the Tapas Tap House, which It's a contact I got on my last run. It's a
Sounds
restaurant
good.
in Beacon Hill.
So I'm gonna roll Shadow Community to see if this place is on the up and up.
And remind me, do we have a name for our target yet, or am I going to have to get that from the guy before we go?
No, that'll be provided to you. Let me.
Okay, he's having like a dossier sent to us through our fixers or something.
Yeah, let me find my my name generator here.
Before we get operational information coming through, at this point, Stardust is going to request that everyone who is communicating over the DNI slave the device that they are using to communicate over the DNI to his deck.
I am perfectly okay with that because I don't use this thing for anything but phone calls.
And
It's so that
Sarah's
our-
gonna scoff at that and slave stuff to her command console.
By the way, Stardust would have noticed this. The car actually has a steering wheel. We old school up in here.
I don't think Stardust is in a position to call other people out on being eccentric. At all.
As we're all exiting, Frank Bogart will be holding up his Comlink Sans battery, and without even looking at the group, just asking, "Who's responsible for this?"
Well, it's got my name on it.
Can I talk to you off to the side for a moment, sir?
I'd be happy to. What do you want to talk about? He pulls out a small vaporizer and begins to inhale off of
Oh
it.
God, he even vapes.
Oh, of course he does.
After walking out of earshot to the group, but obviously still well within DNI distance if Hacker decides to go that route, Frank Bogart will, while seeing the vaping, will pop in a little bit of snuff. So, that was some pretty fine work you did there, given that you should not have had that information. That being said, that was quite rude.
I'm sorry, I feel that way. Won't happen again, chum. And I appreciate the compliment. He says he's kind of balancing the vape on the edge of his lip.
Very good. And Frank will walk away while brushing some of the leftover snuff off his mustache.
There you go. There's the name of the target.
Oh yeah, at this point, Frank will put the battery back in and, allow all the marks and whatnot.
Yep. Alright.
So what I'm also going to do at this point is pull out a set of data chips and hand one to each member of the team. On it is just a bunch of randomized decryption and data bomb diffusing codes, and let them know that they can use those to access any files he sends them.
Okay.
So
Had,
you can slip it down and park it.
Had a Street Sam get pinched on one of our last jobs, and pretty much the only reason we still got paid is because we had because I had these security procedures in place. So, just a heads up.
Right.
One other thing I'm going to do, which is a security precaution, is for devices that are being covered by my deck. I'm going to put in a little bootstrap code that just has them reslaved when they're rebooted, so that when I force a reboot, your devices don't go unprotected for any amount of time. Sound good?
Alright. Take that off at the end of the run, please.
Of course. I
Oh,
got
he
no...
Randomly turning itself off and on again.
Can I do a quick shadow community knowledge to see if I recognize this individual and procedure, and he doesn't have a rep for doing anything with it?
Sure, go ahead.
Any bonuses based on street cred?
It
have 9
will lower
street-
the threshold of what it takes to find information.
I have 9 street cred, and I have 2 points of street cred directly relating to doing this.
Shadow communism, eh?
You know that not only does he have a reputation for doing this procedure, but it saved the life of a runner called the Lost, like 3 days ago.
Ah, I think I may know the incident you're talking about. Put the code in.
He'll proceed.
And Crow will do a quick reboot to test it out.
And when it reboots, it reslaves.
And so I've added a little thing to the top of your cyber deck to note that you have that and the bootstrap code.
Speaking of Shadow Community, since Tara's been out of town for so long, she's gonna try to find out something about her fellow runners.
Go for it.
Yeah, 4 hits.
So I think the only person you're really going to get any kind of information on is Stardust. Because otherwise you're looking at like a street cred of 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I basically found out the same thing that they just found out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his
Yep.
street cred went up by 2 the last run, the one that you're missing, Rob, because of the rescue.
Is this the map I'm looking for?
So Tara's gonna take a long drag on her cigarette and butt it out and ask if we're going what.
Alright. Let's find a nice, secure location and look at our dossier then.
Doing all kinds of goofy stuff there, aren't you?
And he is using demolition or detonator when he data bombs it, and he's going to send each member of his team a copy of that info dump file and let them know again to use the dongle he gave them to access the information on it, or it'll blow up.
Blow up is unfortunate.
If you get caught, make sure to
Just load it
crush
without the dongle.
crush that freaking dongle.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so you guys are going to the Tapas Tap House, which is a totally not Vori connected restaurant. You take totally not connected as you will. What do you guys want to do as I try and struggle to find this map?
Did anyone else need a ride?
Nobody who wasn't already carpooling, I believe.
Yeah, okay. So I don't have to dirty my seat with dirty non-riggers.
I believe what we will want to do first is review all of the information we have, and then we're going to want to see what we can find out about Rupert, Denzel, Beaumont, George through the Matrix, because he's probably going to have at least some prominent stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if the rich consider themselves above me feeds, or if they like to wallow in views and upvotes.
Probably not. Alright, so this looks like a nice place to put it. Let me see if I can zoom in. No. Oh god, I zoomed in too much and it exploded.
Oh, we'll also want to find out what grid he's operating from. Because at the very least, he's going to have a Big Ten grid subscription.
Stardust is waiting until we get the information on the target, then he'll start his matrix
Yeah.
position.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the name of the place. I had things written down and stuff, and then
Stardust will totally eat if there's going to be food there. I need to get that diet worm on him.
yeah, it'll help you eat better when you can, eat stuff.
Exactly.
So it is in there's a double A zone called Lake Wilderness, which, if memory serves, is in. Oh, map's freaking out again. It's by Federated Boeing, sort of, which turns out is Auburn. I will now write that down.
So
So-
I'm going to slap my agent into my new drone friend and have it.
Drones can't
Assisting
run
with the-
agents.
They can run. I thought they could run cyber programs. Is it not a cyber program?
No, it's an agent.
Oh, okay. I redact that statement then. I thought I could. Sad face.
Otherwise, we'd have agents on site on RCCs and all kinds of other problems.
I wish I could have an agent on my RCC.
I'm sorry, did you say it was Arbor Heights?
Is in Auburn. There's a Lake Wilderness, which is up by a lake.
Oh, we got target on our. We got info on our target. I must have missed that.
No. Wait, is this about the target?
That is
Oh.
the guy, and it'll have an address in there. But you guys are lucky you got a legitimate area as opposed to an actual street address. So I'm not going to give you that because I don't feel the need that that's important. But you do know where he lives. So yeah, it's up to you guys.
So let's head out to the tap house and do some legwork.
You guys are there. They have fantastic appetizers.
Yummy.
Waiting on you guys.
Okay, so we've got the name of our target.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there it is. Robert Denzel. Beelment George. So, this place where we're staying at, do they rent rooms or is it just like
It's a restaurant.
It's a restaurant? Okay. I'm going to need a hotel for when I get deep into the legwork. But for now, I'm going to have my agent on my deck perform a medium depth with browse loaded matrix search on this guy.
So 3 hours.
Yeah, but it drops down to an hour and a half because of browse, doesn't it? Or is it starts at 6 hours?
6 goes to 3. Come on, you're supposed to be the
That's-
Matrix guy.
That's the maximum depth. This is a medium depth. This is limited interest or not publicized.
Oh, okay. So what does that drop
Not
it
the
down
6
to?
hours. It's an hour and a half before I get any net hits. So let's see how long it takes with net hits. With net hits, like 5 minutes.
Okay. So what were you looking for?
And I should have specified this beforehand, but
Uh-huh.
looking for, first of all, if he has a host tied to his estate, or at least a security contract for it, what his business interests are, if he has any additional residences in the city, that kind of thing.
So the first thing you will begin to find out is he is old money.
Old money?
Old money.
Okay.
Like,
How well?
it's hard to tell how old because there were some Matrix crashes.
Right.
He comes from that Facebook money.
Multiple crashes. Well then.
Yeah, there was one like 15 years ago, and then there was one a bit before that.
Is he well diversified? Or is it's still mostly in one or two spots?
It's to the point where he has people that have people that have people. Have you ever seen Shark
Okay.
Tank?
Yeah, he's that well diversified.
Yeah. Like,
He's secured his fortune well. It is not going anywhere.
question might remain whether or not how much of his fortune existed in truth before Matrix crashes, but his family seems to have come out well after that. As for other residences, Not in Seattle.
Okay. Any corporate or government ties?
Yes, there will be numerous projects and patents and, you know, money begets money type situation.
Mm-hmm. Has he allied himself with any of the nations in the big triple war fight?
You're
Triple A fight?
you're gonna have to tell Rob what that is because he's not sure what that is.
I'm using a silly and creative way of saying, is he attached to a megacorp? Does he have a dog in that fight?
It does not seem as though he has an actual like one of the corporations that he
Has
gets
allied
in with.
himself.
He mostly deals with the single and some of the double A things because they are easy to buy up, produce things, and then sell off. As my cat claws my chest open.
All right.
And you guys are free to make any kind of notes all over the board if you want.
Yep, that's what I was just about to do.
I ain't gonna do it.
And I wouldn't really be able to find any connection to organized crime with a matrix search.
Not on a matrix search. That would be terrible for business.
Yeah, like I could hack Interpol, but I don't really feel like hacking Interpol to look at our on the off chance that they have dirty laundry on an old guy.
Yeah, the picture of him definitely has a giant handlebar mustache and a monocle, and he is seen posing next to various exotic animals that he has paid large sums of money to shoot.
Hey, it probably is a physical book or a physical bird. This guy has a great white hunter complex. He is a white guy, I take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we all have that image in our heads of the guy with the safari hat and the monocle and the pipe.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the great white hunter, all right.
It's like he's been transplanted from 2 centuries ago.
Right?
Jesus Christ.
And to be fair, his name is Rupert Denzel Beaumont George. Of course, he's a white guy.
I don't know, there's a Denzel in there. Somewhere down his family tree, maybe.
It's
What does he even need that many names for?
That's how you know you're important. And that may
Yeah.
be the cause of the rivalry, because Reginald
He has
only
more
has
names
3
than our
names.
Johnson.
Yes. There is probably like a third and an Esquire and some other honorary titles in there, but, you know. Get off the court, cat. So yeah, no, what do you guys want to do before we take a break for drinks and such? Apparently nothing. So let's go ahead and take
nothing.
let's go ahead and take a couple of minutes, and
All right.
see you guys in 5, and
Yep.
we'll see if you can get those money stars out of your eyes. Oh god, I never hit the start recording button. Fuck.
Oh god.
Was the cap still on the lens?
Yes, basically.
Also, oh my god, my cat has apparently learned how to knock stuff off my nightstand for entertainment.
Is it
And
because it's
attention.
entertaining, or what you do is entertaining afterwards?
Well, I put up with it at first, but now what I do when I catch her doing it is I hit her on the back to get her attention. And then she stops, and then she checks to see if I'm watching. And then the moment I'm not watching, she starts trying to knock things off again.
So you've turned it into a game for the cat.
Well, at least since I'm not recording, I can say that means you're not hitting it hard enough.
Oh my god, no, I woke up, and like, there was just this pile of stuff on the floor in a ring around my nightstand. I'm like, what the hell, cat?
Oh man! All right, so I'm gonna have to make like a short video on the on what happened afterwards. But damn it!
Yep.
I'm
No one got to caught me being the rudest, most cocky decker ever. And only one person mildly called me. I was expecting at least one person to hit me for that. Like when Frank called me aside, I was like, oh, he's gonna punch me. But I'm gonna let you do that, and I'm gonna go run down to the gas station and grab a drink.
Real quick before you run, Crow thinks that this is probably normal for deckers on the hub based on what he's seen of like the shit fights with the owl on Jack Point.
Oh, okay. We don't like to talk about the owl. He gives us a bad name.
I feel so goddamn out of the loop because I don't know who anybody is right now.
It's Paddy Wagon's terrible
Yeah.
deck.
Yeah. You remember
Yeah, no,
Patty
I
Wagon,
almost
right?
punched you in the gut
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the little hack job. I was debating it.
was
I
expecting
I
someone to
actually
punch me.
killed Paddy Wagon's, I think, first character on his first run.
Perfect.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That,
Not
Was
as a GM, but as a fellow player.
what was his first character? Because he and I joined the hub at like almost the exact same time.
I think he was named Paddy or something like that, and it was a driver street sam type of guy. And
That sounds-
we were hired to kidnap a kid from a Evo mall or something like that, and shit went down. HTR teams came. Paddy Wagon and someone else tried to fight him off, while me and another guy snuck out the back. And it all started because my character was shit at talking. So instead of talking to a security guard who caught him when he was sneaking around, he stabbed him in the gut with a combo blade.
Whoops. Go run
Sounds
to
about
the thing so that.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Oh man.
5 minutes, you said. I could do some invasions in Dark Souls.
I play that
Could get some
offline
kill
because
sounds.
I cannot deal.
Oh, I love invasions.
I got too much shit to do, and getting killed by somebody who thinks it's funny is not one of them.
Yeah, I know, but being
sound
the
like
guy
me.
who kills somebody because it's fun, it's super fun.
Yeah. No.
It's all about perspective, dude.
No, Combat Monster is actually not banned. Twitch stream.
Well, there's a difference between Combat Monster and Online Murder Hobo.
Oh no,
Hail.
he was talking about when Tara murdered some dude.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Yeah,
about the
no.
Dark
It
Souls
wasn't
stuff.
Terra.
I know it wasn't Tara, but I couldn't tell you what the name of that character you were talking about was. I wonder if I can go into Twitch. Let me see if I. Um.
Well,
Is there a way to download my previous broadcast? Alright, so I'm actually going to stop streaming and restart the stream. So this way it'll be a separate broadcast so that I can, if I can download that, I can just do that, or I can just export that straight to YouTube instead of the other one. Hopefully that'll work. I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to this stuff, so let's see what happens.